About a year ago, a friend of mine who lives in Forest Hills said, Joe, why don't you do a market update on Forest Hills? So I did. And as I said, that was about a year ago. And I started thinking, well, what's happened in Forest Hills in the past year? So that's what I'm talking about today. Stick around. Hi, welcome back. My name's Joe Brown. I'm a real estate agent with Century 21, List with Beggins, located in South Tampa. Thank you so much for being here with me. So, as I said in the introduction, a friend of mine, he and his wife, live in Forest Hills. And he's a faithful watcher of my videos, so Justin, I appreciate it. But he said, Joe, why don't you tell me what's happening in Forest Hills? So I did a video, and as I said, it was about a year ago. So what I'm going to share with you is a series of graphs showing the full year for those different areas. So if you've watched my update videos, you know I cover 6 or 7 different areas as far as data. And so each graph will be that data point. And I will tell you, I was very surprised at what I saw. When we get to those points, I'll highlight why I'm surprised, okay? So number one, let's take a look at active listings. Now again, this chart is for the full year. And so each column represents the month from June of 24 to June of 25. Keep in mind, we're just in the middle of June right now. So the numbers you see are only what's been loaded up to this point, right? It's not the full month. So here's active listings. And what do you see? Yeah, active listings has gone down. Really, going back to September of 24, that was the high point. In September, almost the full year, September of 24, then it started going down, right? That there was a dip and then a spike, but it's really gone down. That was surprising to me because Hillsborough County, South Tampa, we see active inventory going up. So this was the first surprise point because, this will be a constant theme. It's all about supply and demand, right? That the law of supply and demand says if supply is low and demand is high, prices are going to rise. And the reverse, if there's a lot of supply and very little demand, prices are going to fall. So here we see not as many homes, right? We see a decrease in active listings. Let me put up this next chart, and these are new listings. People in Forest Hills. Again, this is only Forest Hills, 33612. People in Forest Hills putting their house on the market. And you can see, yeah, it's all over the place, right? But however, over the full year, it's really between that 35 or 30 and 45 homes per month going on the market. So even though it's all over the place, it averages between 30 and 45. So take a look at days to sell. This is another surprise point. So what this data point says is once a home goes on the market, now median, right? So here's the math lesson, right? Median is right in the middle. Some homes will sell faster, some homes will sell slower. This is median. Where are we? Yeah, this was a really surprising data point for me because we see in Hillsborough County and South Tampa that days to sell is increasing. Yeah, not in Forest Hills. So what does that tell you? I'm waiting for you to answer. Yeah, Justin, you're right. That if homes are selling faster, that means the demand is out there, right? People want to buy in Forest Hills. There's a reason for that, and I'll get to that in a second. But on the standpoint of days to sell, that means we have to have homes to sell. Well, how many homes sold? So look here, and what do you see? Yeah, home sales are increasing. Now, you look at June. Remember, June, we're only not even midway through June. But yes, sales have picked up. But for those sales, median days to sell has gone down. So take a look at median sales price. Now, I found this interesting, knowing the law of supply and demand, right? I found this interesting. So June of 2024, the average price of homes that sold was $313,000. So far, June of 25, it's $315,000, right? So it's holding steady. And you can see the bumps along the way. But over the year, the prices really remained stable. And this goes back to the days to sell and the high demand. People want to live in Forest Hills because it is one of the most affordable areas in Tampa. Forest Hills. It's a beautiful area. There are some beautiful communities in Forest Hills. But home prices are also very affordable. And we see that. So we've taken a look at sales, taken a look at median sales price. The next data point I always look at is the ratio between what a house sells for compared to what it was originally priced at. And so just to put a framework on this, Hillsborough County is at 96%, right? So people who list their house, then maybe change the price of their house or accept a lower offer, are getting about 96% of their original asking price. Let me show you Forest Hills. Yeah, you see that? In May and so far in June, it's 100%. People are getting 100% of what they're asking. Now, what that tells me is the sellers and the agents are doing a good job of pricing their home, okay? They're not overpricing the home. Could they be underpricing the home? Yeah, that I can't answer. But they're certainly doing a good job of asking a fair price that people are willing to pay. So this was a very surprising statistic for me. Just because I know South Tampa, Hillsborough County are all about 96%. And here at 100%, that's excellent. Months of inventory. Here's the next graph. So this just talks to if no new homes are added to the market and the number of sales continue, how many homes are on the market, right? So you're right about 4 months, 3 to 4 months of inventory. It is still a seller's market, right? So you get to 5, 6, 7 months, becomes a balanced market. So at 4 months, you're getting close to a balance. The closer you get to 1, it's definitely a seller's market and home prices accelerate even faster. But you see this 4 months of inventory. That's pretty solid. That's, again, I think South Tampa was 5 months. Hillsborough County, I think, was at 4 or 5 months. So if you're looking at Forest Hills, man, there's some really exciting things happening, whether you're buying or selling. If you're buying, it's affordable. There's some beautiful homes, beautiful communities. If you're selling, listen, good time to sell. People want to move in, right? The days to sell is down. There's buyer demand. Sales are up. So this is really an attractive area of Tampa to buy. So listen, if you're looking for a home and you're interested in homes in Forest Hills, reach out to me. Go to my website, joebrownc21.com, and we can just search for homes in Forest Hills that meet your criteria. If you're looking to sell, reach out to me. Go to my website, joebrownc21.com. Let's sit down and talk about what a fair market price is. You know, what's your timeline, and what we can make that happen for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. And listen, as I said, this video and the one a year ago were from my friend Justin, who asked me to do this. So if you have special requests, either for certain areas of town or certain topics, please reach out to me, let me know. So thank you so much. Until next week, take care.